Social media users have watched as Tamar Braxton severed friendships with former BFFs, including Tiny and Toya Johnson. They've also witnessed her meltdown during Instagram live sessions. While some people explained her behavior as just a part of her over-the-top personality, others think the singer and reality TV star has been crying out for help all along. During a July 2013 interview with Good Morning America, Tamar Braxton revealed she didn't immediately fall in love with her little boy, Logan Herbert. She said, "I loved him, but I wasn't like, oh gosh, yes, my baby, ooh, It wasn't that. It was more like, what do I do now, When she was asked whether she ever felt completely detached from her son, she replied that she did. He was unable to latch on, so she was unsuccessful at breastfeeding. She added, and when he didn't latch on, and when I couldn't produce milk, I just felt like, is this the wrong child? You know what I mean? Am I the wrong mother? Tamar was quick to admit she didn't feel depressed, though. However, she did feel disappointed by motherhood and was uncomfortable in her new role. She said it took her a few days to come to terms that she was actually a mom and Logan was her baby. And for the first week and a half after his birth, she didn't change her son's diapers. Instead, her then-husband, Vince Herbert, took on the child-rearing duties. She didn't feel entirely comfortable with her husband taking over either. She admitted that since Vince was able to connect instantly with the baby, she was left feeling a little jealous over their bond. During a January 2015 episode of The Real, Tamar opened up about a past relationship that broke her spirit. She said she was with a man who made her feel bad about who she was and her aspirations. Tamar said that since her goals and dreams were not the same as his, he would beat her down mentally and physically. Thankfully, she said it was God who stepped in and saved her. In 2015, Tamar snagged a spot on Dancing with the Stars, but her time on the show came to an abrupt end in November 2015 when she fell ill. According to TMZ, she was rushed to the emergency room during a dress rehearsal for the show after what was believed to be pneumonia or exhaustion. The true diagnosis was far more serious when it was determined she had clots on both sides of her lungs. Thankfully, she was able to recover, but she was forced to hang up her Dancing with the Stars shoes for good. Though she was able to recover from the clots, Tamar's issues were far from over. In December 2015, the R&B singer revealed she was diagnosed with a condition often caused when athletes overuse their upper extremities, developing a muscle that pulls up and compresses the subclavian vein. In order to remove the obstruction and stop the cause of the clots, she required surgery to remove her rib. During an episode of Braxton Family Values, Tamar explained how scared she was about going under the knife. She leaned on her then-husband Vince and a spiritual counselor for support. There were rumors about trouble on the set of The Real, and Tamar confirmed those suspicions in a since-deleted May 2016 Instagram post. She wrote, in part, "I love you all, but I have been stabbed in the back by someone I stupidly trusted, not my man or my sisters." It was soon revealed she had been fired from the talk show, and people immediately accused her co-hosts of getting her ousted. 2 weeks after it was announced she would be leaving the show to concentrate on her solo career, Tamar let out her true feelings during an episode of Braxton Family Values. Tamar explained she was let go because she didn't get along with her castmates. She also expressed how tough the year had been for her, from leaving Dancing with the Stars to her struggling album sales. She also added she felt really disrespected and let down by how things ended on The Real. Things got increasingly worse in Tamar's personal life in August 2016, when police were called to the Ritz-Carlton in Atlanta for a domestic dispute. According to TMZ, Tamar accused her husband of biting her finger.
Yeah, I'm having a domestic dispute between Mr. Vincent Herbert and Tamar Braxton.
Domestic dispute?
She claims that he bit her finger. He actually has left the property in a cab.
Vince escaped getting locked up because he fled the scene. The very next day, the couple showed up all smiles at LAX airport. Tamar eventually filed for divorce. Following the split, her mom, Evelyn Braxton, told the Griot that Tamar and Vince had a volatile relationship. Evelyn said the turmoil had been going on for years, and Vince had been both physically and emotionally hurtful to Tamar throughout the marriage. Evelyn felt it was her duty to tell the truth in order to save Tamar. And part of her truth was in an effort to expose WeTV, the network that airs Braxton family values. Evelyn claimed the family spoke about Vince's actions during an episode of their reality show, but producers edited it out in an effort to protect him. Tamar obtained an order of protection against Vince, but things took another turn on Christmas Day 2017, when TMZ reported Vince was locked up for putting his hands on Tamar. Evelyn was still hopeful Tamar would move on and find happiness, and she did. In 2018, she met a man named David, and her divorce from Vince was finalized in July 2019. After ending her marriage, Tamar made a drastic change by shaving her head. She initially said she decided to get rid of her locks because she felt so weighed down. Of course, her family was worried. Tamar told Page 6, "It was a natural reaction with my sisters and girlfriends. They were like, 'Girl, what are you going through? Are you all right?'" In 2018, the Braxtons decided to go on a strike from WeTV so they could handle some family issues. One way they decided to deal with the strain they felt was by receiving some help from Iyanla Vanzant. While filming, a deep secret about trauma Tamar experienced as a child was exposed, and Tamar got up and walked out of the family session. Following her appearance on the show, Tamar took to Instagram to say she felt like her right to reveal her secret on her own time had been taken away from her. Following the Braxtons' appearance on Iyanla's show, Iyanla reportedly analyzed Tamar's behavior. A source told the Jasmine brand Iyanla didn't believe Tamar should be on reality TV at all. In fact, the insider said Iyanla was, quote, very concerned about how reality TV is negatively impacting her mental and subsequently physical health. Despite Iyanla's concerns about Tamar appearing on reality TV, the R&B singer entered the celebrity Big Brother house. It wasn't long before fans became worried about Tamar's behavior. During a January 2019 episode, Tamar sat down with her housemate Candy Burris to discuss their beef. Candy told the cameras that Tamar pulled a shady move when they were all on the Great Escape tour together. It was later determined Tamar brought out T.S. Madison and Kaya during her set, knowing that Kaya had beef with some of the members of Escape and R&B singer Monica. Tamar told Candy she felt she was forced to work in an unprofessional environment while on tour, which caused Candy to laugh. Tamar got ticked off and walked away. She headed to the confessional area where she broke down in tears. Fans took to their social media accounts and were shocked by Tamar's breakdown. One fan wrote, "I really hope Tamar's family gets her some professional help. There is no reason to bust out crying like that. There's obviously something deeper." During an interview with Power 106, Nick Cannon asked Tamar how she balances her family relationships all while filming their reality show, Braxton Family Values. Tamar opened up and said, at first, it was a lot of fun because she felt like they were displaying a typical African-American family. But after the first 5 years of filming, things took a turn. She said, "I absolutely, positively hate it. I hate what it's done to my family." On Thursday, July 16, 2020, Tamar's boyfriend found her unresponsive inside their downtown LA Ritz-Carlton residences. He called 911 and reported Tamar had been drinking and had taken an unknown amount of medication.
All right, sir. Like I said, we're on the way. I'm going to stay on the line with you.
Okay, she's been drinking. It's like a half a she's on medication for depression. I don't know how much. She sent a letter earlier. Anyway, just ask him to hurry.
She was rushed to the hospital and was eventually transferred to a new facility which specialized in mental health care. Sources told The Blast Tamar had been extremely emotional due to ongoing contract disputes with WeTV. In addition, she was reportedly trying to get out of her contract for years. Things reportedly got worse when the trailer for her new reality show, Get Your Life, was released. Sources told the gossip website Tamar felt blindsided by the trailer and hated the way she was portrayed. Her boyfriend was allegedly upset as well. A source told TMZ David got angry about the show's content, and his reaction deeply affected Tamar. On July 30th, Tamar broke her silence in a lengthy Instagram post. She said she had been suffering pain for the past 11 years while working in the entertainment industry as a reality star. She added she had been betrayed, taken advantage of, overworked, and underpaid. She said she wrote a letter 2 months prior asking to be freed from the things she felt were excessive and unfair. Tamar said her cry for help was, quote, totally ignored, and that she continued to feel overwhelmed by the demands of her career. She thanked her fans for their support, and the following day, WeTV said they would work with Tamar's reps to get her released from her contract, but they still plan to air her reality show in its entirety. Tamar fired back in a tweet by saying no one had been in contact with her representatives, and the network's lies were further affecting her mental state. She remained focused on her recovery and even posted a video to thank David. In an Instagram post, Tamar wrote, "I couldn't let another day, another second go by without publicly thanking my love for saving my life. I'm so grateful." After publicly thanking David, we were glad to hear she had someone in her corner during such a troubling time. But everything came crashing down on August 8, 2020, when David filed for a restraining order against Tamar.
I'll speak the truth. Here's the truth. I've been a victim of domestic violence, domestic assault. I was attacked. I was driving on high speed, and I was attacked. A blow to my neck, my jugular.
Sources close to Tamar clapped back on her behalf. They told The Blast David was the aggressor, and he put his hands on her in an attempt to take both of their lives. Insiders said the couple got into a heated altercation while driving to check Tamar into a mental health facility. On the way there, she allegedly questioned David about something on Instagram he shared that featured her son. That's when David reportedly became irate and began to threaten her life and his. We hope Tamar is able to get the help she needs for the sake of her son and her mental health. We wish her nothing but the best. Let us know your thoughts on Tamar's trials and tribulations, and thanks for watching Real Reality Gossip.